Coach, just kind of your initial thoughts moving on from Arizona State and focusing now on an excellent Texas Tech team that's one of the best in the Big 12.
Well, every game, like I said, for us is a huge game and huge opportunities. Our guys have been fighting, not quitting. They've been playing hard for 40 minutes, giving us an opportunity in our games. And that's what you want to see happen. This league is incredible. Like I said, you're running the gauntlet. I always say every night you play a terrific opponent and then you start preparing for another terrific opponent. That's just the way it is. And I think it really, if you're a competitor, I think you really enjoy being in these moments. And I think our guys have enjoyed the competition and being able to compete on a nightly basis. And I think it makes you better, over the course of your career when you're facing challenges like this every night.
Coach, piggybacking off that, Michael earlier in the season mentioned that big games like this are the ones that really fire him up. Has that been kind of the motto in the locker room, getting another ranked win here?
Every game for us is huge. Every game for us is huge, and we have to approach it that way. And of course, these guys know the teams that are ranked. They know the teams and different players on each one of these teams. I'm sure. I played as well. But you want to have an understanding in this league that everyone is really, really, talented. Everyone is capable of winning, and you have to have your A game every time you step foot on the court, or it's going to be a tough night.
Coach, you have Devin Cambridge, who of course was a Red Raider last season. Has he given any advice on the team about what it's like, playing for the Red Raiders and what it would be like to face them?
Nothing really, other than they're well coached. They have a lot of talent. He has a lot of respect for their program and what they've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, just touch more on Texas Tech. JT Toppin, he's one of the best in the league. Scoring, leads the league in rebounding. Just what makes him such a standout player?
I've just been so impressed watching the young man. One of the most talented, interior players in the country. He just does so many things so well. His ability to score around the basket in a variety of ways. He's so efficient. He's gotten better on the perimeter. He's able to knock down the shot from behind the three-point line as well, which adds another dimension to his game. Excellent rebounder. Has really good instincts for rebounding the basketball, both offensively and defensively. You look at a player like that. Like you said, it's not hard to understand why he's he's an All-American. Was a player of the year in our conference last season. Just a terrific young player who's still getting better. It's fun kind of watching these young people as they're maturing and still, see the improvements in him from last season. His confidence and his overall skills have gotten better. Just have been very impressed watching him.
And their point guard, Christian Anderson, obviously another excellent scorer. What kind of stands out about his game?
Just the poise that he plays with for his age. He's a sophomore. Again, I've watched him get better from last year to this year, just in his confidence level, his poise on the floor. He's become a floor general for them. He assists, he scores. He just does a really good job. He plays, a lot older than he is, and so it's fun to see a young man play at his own pace. He does the things on the floor he knows he's capable of doing. He makes guys around him better, and of course, if he's open, you can count it. He's a pure shooter as well. So, terrific young player.
Coach, this season has been sort of a homecoming for Riley Kugel, and he leads the team now in points per game. How would you describe him as both a person and player on and off the court?
He's a great young man. Getting to know him, for this year, watching his growth and his development, from when he was, in Orlando in high school when we first saw him to now, you're seeing a young man that's, in the process of becoming, in everything. Person he's becoming, the player he's becoming, and it all is going in the right direction. And that's what you want to see. We're all the works in progress, and it's fun seeing young people start to grow and develop, through their experiences that they're having on the collegiate level.
Coach, you had that hot three-point shooting streak near the end of last game to pull off the comeback, but before that, Arizona had that advantage at the threes to kind of help give them the lead there. What do you think does the team need to do to kind of defend the three to avoid such a lead being built up by an opponent, even if your three-point shots are falling?
Well, the whole game is going to rely on defending and rebounding. All of them rely on the same thing. You got to be able to guard, and you have to be able to rebound the ball. So it starts with that. Our guys need to follow the game plan, understanding, how we have to, guard our next opponent to try to, contain them and what they want to do. And that's how we have to approach it. And so every night we go out with a game plan. We have to try to execute that game plan. And for us, is making sure that our guys have a good understanding and go out there and play with a sense of urgency.
Couple more.
Coach, how important is this to some of the players? It's Space U game, first one of the season. How important have the fans been to the team so far this year?
We wouldn't be where we are if the fans haven't been, fully in support of us. They're like our sixth man as well. They give us the added advantage. I think several of these games that we've been able to win at home, has a direct result in their energy and their enthusiasm. And so when they come out like they've been coming out and our community rallies behind us as well, I think we have as good a home court advantage as anybody in the country when that happens. And I think our guys have really done a really good job of acknowledging that and going out there and really fighting for our community, fighting for Orlando, fighting for UCF. And that's what you want to see happen. They're taking pride in that because they see the commitment that our student body is showing. They see the commitment that our community is showing. And I think our guys have done a really good job of responding to that.
Texas Tech will be well rested. They didn't have a midweek game. They're coming off a really big win against Houston. They scored 90 points. I mean, it's hard to score 90 against Houston. So what are just as a team, what's been working well for Texas Tech this season, particularly in that last win they had against Houston?
Well, they're very talented, and they play with a lot of confidence. They know who they are as a team. Grant's done a really good job with that group, and they're capable of having nights like that where they have outbursts because they just shoot the ball so well. They have an inside presence who scores the ball very efficiently in the low post. So they have a really balanced attack. They can go inside, they can go outside, and when it's clicking for them, there's nobody that they're not capable of beating when everything is hitting on all cylinders for them. And that's who they've been. But I've been watching them, as we started scouting them. I'm just very impressed. I saw them last season, and I'm seeing them again this year, and I'm seeing those players that returned, continually improving, and that's what you want to see with young people. And those young people are getting better as the years are going on.
What do you think about those blue Space U jerseys for tomorrow?
I like it when we do Space U. I think it's a great time. It just, again, recognition of what our university is all about, at UCF. Our connection with NASA and everything that we have that has to do with our university and engineering and so forth. So I'm always excited about that because I don't think many universities have the ability to kind of do what we do with regards to whether it's our logos, whether it's our identity. We have a number of things that we can hang our hat on, and that should be a strength of ours, something that we should celebrate.
Coach, what do you
Last
think?
one.
Oh, Coach, what do you think is the most trustworthiness strength you see from this team?
Well, I see a team that's maturing. I see a team that's continually coming together and watching our guys. I think our biggest strength is our competitiveness. I think these guys, whatever they do, they're going to compete at a high level, whether it's practice, whether it's off the court, in games. I think that's something they've shown to be consistent with from the summer up to now. And that's a great quality to have. I mean, the one thing you have to have in anything when when you want to compete and you're playing winners and losers, you want to have competitors out there. And the one thing I know is for 40 minutes, our guys have shown the ability to compete.
Perfect. Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
all.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, guys.
Thanks.